Hi, I'm Pam Starzia, personal family lawyer.
And I'm Joe Starzia, personal family lawyer. And we know that talking about estate planning can be hard. Pam and I are married to each other, and we talk about estate planning all the time. So we want to invite you in to join the conversation. This week I want to talk about a column from the New York Times, an advice column where the letter writer asks, "My husband and I, both 70, were married 2 years ago after living together for 20 years. When we shared our plans with his grown children, then 25 and 28, they were angry. His son demanded to see my husband's will, which my husband showed him. In it, he leaves his entire estate to me, just as I leave mine to him. His son had hoped to inherit my husband's New York loft and pay me an allowance. Eventually, the loft will go to his 2 children, and our upstate property will go to them and my daughter. Still, his children accused him angrily of not putting family first. It has now been 2 years since they spoke to their father. In their last conversation, my husband said he loved them and was always there to talk. Should he reach out to them, or is the onus on them to apologize? Also, should we tell them that we've decided to sell the loft? Signed, wife."
There's a lot in there.
A lot there.
Joe, I know you love to read these. You love to read these New York Times advice columns, and we talk about them a lot. Where do you want to start with what you think went wrong here?
So look, to me, the thing that comes out in this column is that these folks' estate planning lawyer did them wrong. In this sense, it's clear from this that, the husband cares about his kids, right? It's important to him to have a relationship with his kids. So where was the discussion about that relationship when they were meeting with the lawyer, right? The lawyer should have advised them that they needed to have these conversations with the husband's kids while they were making the plan, right? So if you value the relationship with your kids, they should not be learning about your estate plan for the first time after you're gone. In this situation, we're actually lucky that the kids asked to see the will while dad was still alive. They've taken the step here of initiating that conversation. But that conversation should have happened much earlier. And I think you would agree, the plan that's there can lead to big trouble down the road.
Yeah, and I mean, it is, we rarely see an opportunity like this where the potential conflict is, or I think actual conflict in this case, is exposed and brought up before someone dies. And so I think part of what is so sad to me is it also sounds like they don't have a relationship, an ongoing advising relationship with the lawyer who drafted this will, who they can come back to and talk about these questions with, and who's helping them keep their plan up to date over time. I think another huge panic button red flag for me in this letter is it does not sound to me, and this is something we see a lot, where we have a blended family and the plan is everything, the first spouse to die, everything goes to the survivor. And then the wills, when both spouses are alive, the wills say after the survivor dies, everything will be split among both sets of kids. And people can change their will at any time during their life, and often do. So if the first spouse dies and everything goes to the survivor, life goes on, and we very commonly see the relationship between the survivor and, here it would be the stepmom and dad's kids sort of fades over time. And at some point the survivor updates their will. And then when the survivor dies, the stepkids are shocked and angry to find out that they're not inheriting anything. Or I had a family recently where the stepkids each got $1,000 out of a multi-million-dollar estate. They were shocked, and they are in court right now. This is a situation where I think we both feel very strongly that by, putting in place legal documents without helping the family think through these questions and where's the potential for conflict and how do we avoid it, I think we both agree that this is a situation where the lawyers did harm to this family.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about it now or fight about it in court later. All of these types of situations can be avoided if you are willing to have the conversation, if you're ready to have the conversation. If you're ready to start having the conversation, give us a call, come on in, schedule a session, and we'll talk through all of these types of questions and try to create a plan that's going to be successful for you and for the people you love.